Hello, 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 hello. The bar is spinning, so I don't know if we're live yet, but I'm going to assume that we are. We shall see if people hop on. Oh, there we go. I'm seeing some numbers. Yay! Thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate y'all coming today. We are going to be working on a very light and fun topic. I'm so excited to work on this, though, because it is so prevalent and so important to support the environment and to try to shift some things here on the planet in case some of you guys haven't been feeling that urgency to do something. And not to minimize what we can do as individuals, because as we collect here today and we all gather, the power of this healing is going to be huge. But really, with regards to the environment, I do see that we need some bigger changes up top, if you will, to those with more influence, more power. And that would be some of these bigger corporations. And so I really, really want to send some healing energy to them today, not in the form of they're bad, they need to change, they're doing it all wrong, but in the form of just aligning their vibration to the planet, to their own health, to their own bodies, because it's not healthy for them either, right? Okay, so I'm just waiting for some more people to hop on. Again, welcome, welcome. It's Facebook Live night. Woo! Yay! And like I said before, I appreciate you all for showing up for this very light and fun meditation that we're going to do, where we're going to heal corporate greed, the environment, and human survival. Just light, easy stuff tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if not very many people show up, because it is a pretty intense, heavy vibration that we're going to be looking at today. And that takes a lot of neutrality, takes a lot of bravery, it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of compassion to be able to work with these vibrations and to even consider giving it a healing. So thank you for you guys who are here tonight. I really appreciate it. Fist bump to the A team. All right, cool. I see some of you guys making comments. I have learned that these comments are on a bit of a delay. Okay, so it is about a minute, maybe even longer, for me to actually see these comments come through. So if you put in a comment and I don't respond right away, or maybe it's towards the end and I don't respond to it at all, don't take it personally. It happens to be more of a technical communication gap. All right, awesome. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So glad that you guys are here. All right, A team. We're going to do some work here. And again, like what I was saying, with regards to the environment and how that links up to human survival, I really don't think I have to say much for you guys to understand what I'm talking about, right? We got to support the planet if we all want to live, and we've got to make sure that the planet is healthy so that we can be healthy. And we are in a little bit of a time crunch right now to support the planet. And I do believe, especially as I've been doing some astral energy setting work on the spiritual plane to get us ready for today's event, you guys are all doing a great job at doing the best you can as individuals to reduce your waste, to try to use less plastics, to use reusables. You're doing the best you can. And as individuals, those of us who are trying are really trying hard. And yet I do see that for really big change to happen, we've got to somehow shift the energy of corporations, especially the bigger ones that are not necessarily aligned with planet Earth and hence not aligned with their own bodies and their body wisdom and what their bodies need to be healthy on this planet, we've got to shift that energy the best we can. And when I say shift that energy, please hear this. I'm not saying like shift it, like take a plunger and shove this healing energy down their throat. We're going to send it more as an offering today, an offering of, hey, if you're interested, please check out this vibration, because there are some other ways that we can do things here on the planet. We don't have to continue in the same old antiquated ways that we've been going about things. So let's work on big corporations and maybe look at the levels of corporate greed and the degree to which that affects how they make their decisions, right? Because if you will, a lot of corporations, they're kind of putting it on the consumer. Well, if you would recycle more, if you would do this differently, then things would change. But in reality, right, a lot of things can't be recycled. I think that it's a super low percentage of things that actually can be recycled. And then once something actually is recycled, then that's done. It's not like recycling kind of is this endless loop that can go on and on forever. Once something's been recycled, then it can't be recycled again thereafter. And so we've got to look at some other ways, some other resources, right? Did somebody say that Uber wants a healing? That's awesome. All right. So, as we start to look at these bigger corporations, one of the things that I would like you all to keep in mind is that we all have a relationship. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but Christina was laughing in the other room. There's always so much laughter here at BPI. I love it. But if you will, right, please keep in mind that with regards to the planet, there really aren't sides, right? To sound super cliche, we're all kind of in this together, and we really want to start to look at this as healers, as big corporations are possibly, maybe if you can go there, an extension of us, right? We have a relationship with them. We're buying things from them. We relate to them. There's a relationship there. And generally, if you throw energy at a person that you're in relationship with, or you tell them that they're bad, or you shame them, or you guilt them, or you belittle them, or make them wrong in some way, then they're gonna be less likely to work with you. They're gonna be less likely to kind of even try to meet in the middle or try to find some level of compromise. And so as we're looking at and healing the vibration of big corporations today, I want you to try to keep that in mind. Like, I'm actually in relationship with them, and what's the relationship that I want to have? Do I want to be angry? Do I want to be annoyed? Do I want to be in a place of blame? Or can I start to shift that vibration and say, well, if they were my beloved, if they were my friend, how would I want to interact with them? Maybe not physically, because I don't have a personal relationship with the owner of Coca-Cola, right? Or Jeff Bezos, right? But at the same time, there is an energetic relationship there. And how would I like to relate with them? And what I do ask you all is to do the best you can to get into a space of neutrality and compassion, and just recognizing that to some degree, they are an extension of us, and we're all here on planet Earth kind of bumbling about life together, trying to figure it out, and we play off of each other. There's levels of karma, there's levels of agreement where we're all kind of bouncing off of each other in this big world. And so there's relationships there, and how do you want to relate to them? Right? And so I would encourage you to at least consider that, and maybe even start to soften your view as you look at corporations or, corporate greed, big pharma, big government, any of these old institutions that, are pretty antiquated that really could use an update, right? They're pretty old. A lot of what I see going on is we've had these institutions that we have created many, many, many years ago, and they haven't been revamped. They haven't been brought into the present and the present time and current needs of the people. And they're pretty antiquated. And so these systems could use some awareness, could use some healing today. All right. Yes, humanizing them. They are actually people who are working for or running these big corporations. Thank you for that, Phoenix. Yeah. As we look at the energy of corporate greed, right, just generally, as you look at the energy of greed, what is that, right? So on the surface, there's the vibration of greed there. But what's right behind that energy? What sits behind it that's fueling the expression of that greed? Well, what's right behind that is actually the energy of lack, right? I'm deficient in something. When you look at the energy of corporate greed, yeah, sure, it's easy enough to be like, well, I mean, they're not in lack. They've got bazillions of dollars and, they've got tons of money. Sure, they have abundance in one area, but maybe a pretty big lack in some other areas, right? Other areas of maybe being fully nurtured or feeling fulfilled or feeling a sense of peace, right? There could be a big lack on any one of those levels, right? And that tends to create the vibration of wanting to lust over something, right? I need more, I need this, right? I want it because I can't have it, or I need it because I think it's going to go away, so I better hoard and have more and more and more and more and more, right? Okay? That all stems from the energy of lack, right? And I know that all of us here have some degree of lack going on within ourselves, right? For those of us kind of normal people, we might be lacking in funds, right? The opposite of what the wealthy or big corporations are lacking in, right? We might be lacking in levels of nutrition or feeling comfortable in our own homes. So we have similar situations, similar vibrations of lack. It's just not necessarily comparing apples to apples, right? With regards to the expression or how we experience it externally, but underneath it all stems with that vibration of lack, right? The best way to heal lack, okay, is to bring yourself, to bring big corporations, to bring anything that you're wanting to heal to the vibration of wholeness. Okay, so we're going to be working on the energy of wholeness today. And as you guys all know, the motto here at BPI is that if you can't do it for yourself, you're really not going to be able to create that vibration in someone else, right? If you are healing from lack and you try to heal lack out of someone else, you're just going to propagate the lack and make it worse, right? So as a healer, it's very important to always remember, healer, heal thyself. Heal yourself first. Bring yourself, in this case, to wholeness out of lack, so that from your own wholeness, you can give a healing to the thing that you want to heal, in this case, big corporations, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today, which is generally what we do in all healings. This is what is taught as our general motto for how to go about a healing in a healthy way, in more of a neutral way, right? Because if I'm healing someone or something with the judgment of like, oh, you're in lack, that's bad, you're wrong, I'm going to get in there and fix that, right? Okay, that vibration is pretty sucky. It's not going to feel very good. And you really can't shift anything, right, from the vibration in which the problem was created, right? So if you're trying to heal lack from lack, nothing's going to happen. Same thing with if you want to heal a broken heart and you have your own broken heart as a healing, nothing's going to happen, or maybe devolvement might happen, or worse, right? So this is why we're going to heal ourselves first, and then we're going to then work on big corporations. You guys have probably noticed that pattern in all of the Facebook lives. Heal yourself first, healer, heal thyself, and then you work on the thing that you're going to heal, right? The last thing that I want to comment on with regards to the environment is that in general, one of the things that I've observed is that we as a human species tend to treat the environment around us, whether it's the people around you, the community around you, or the land or the air, or the water around you, like the physical, like environment in terms of like Earth Day environment, right? We tend to treat that external environment around us in the same vibration that our internal environment is set at. So if your internal environment is messy or ucky or has a lot of pain or has a lot of lack, where there's a feeling of lust or I don't have enough and hence I need more and I need to take and I need to hoard, right? If that's what's going on inside, that is going to reflect in the way that we tend to treat our outer environment. So as you look at our big environmental problems as a whole, if you step back and go, whoa, check out the mounds of trash that we're creating, the big, huge levels of plastic in the ocean, the levels of waste, and what we're doing to the planet. Don't get too depressed. Again, this is a very light topic that we're working on today, so you gotta, try to stay amused because this stuff is pretty heavy. But as you look at the world in general, right? Look at our environment, whoa. And you start to correlate that with just the human species as a whole. And you look at the inner environment of most people, the group collective on the planet, it's pretty intense. Right? It's kind of ucky, right? We have not been educated spiritually on how to take care of our inner selves. We haven't been taught how to take care of our spiritual or inner hygiene, right? Some of us are taught how to take care of our outer hygiene, brush your teeth, eat your greens, get enough sleep, drink enough water. Some of us don't choose to do that all the time, right? But we're very seldom taught here on a mass global level how to take care of ourselves internally. And so this is why I have invited all of you healers here today. Whether you're a beginner healer, whether you have never taken classes here at the Boulder Psychic Institute, or whether you've been healing for a very long time using the skills that we teach here at the Boulder Psychic Institute, or using your own skills, I consider you guys all very capable just through your sheer desire to show up and your willingness to look at this today. This is not easy stuff, right? So thank you again. You guys are on the A team in my consideration, right? Fist bump, right? Okay. Let me just see. We've had a few comments come in. Yes. Phoenix says that she's been journaling about this the other day, and that's because we've been working on this on the spiritual plane, and we've been kind of cooking up the energy, getting the energy all stirred up and ready to heal. Yes. Yes, Gina Marie is here for a hot Friday night healing date. Woo! It's going to sizzle tonight. All right. So, if you guys would go ahead and step into your meditative space, let's go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And just let your body settle. Let things kind of calm. For some of you guys, as I'm looking at you, it's pretty easy to get a little amped up, a little triggered, a little revved up when you start thinking about these multi-billion, trillion-dollar corporations. So just let yourself settle, let yourself calm. And what I'd like you all to do first is to get yourself grounded. And what I mean by that is get yourself connected to Mother Earth, however you do that in your own private personal practice. Get yourself connected to Mother Earth. I do see that one of the big reasons why we do also treat the planet the way we do is because we aren't connected to her. We aren't connected to Mother Earth. We don't tune into her biorhythms. We don't tune into her energy. A lot of people here on the planet are disconnected and out of harmony with Mother Earth. And that's actually a pretty big problem for the physical body because these physical bodies are human physical bodies, the flesh that we reside in as spirits, are earthbound bodies. We need Mother Earth, not just for her food, water, air, sunlight. We need her energy. We need her nurturing. So just kind of grow roots or get connected right into Mother Earth, please. And just get nestled right into her nurturing vibration. Good. Surrounding Mother Earth is an electric blue grid of energy that has been set up by avatars, tremendous healers from the past, and maintained by various light workers and energy workers here on the planet and beyond. And what I'd like you to do is from your meditation, I'd like you to tune into this electric blue grid of energy. It's, it's a grid, kind of like if you think of like a chain link fence or kind of like flight patterns and how they all grid together in various nodes around the planet, right? See if you can tune into this grid. This grid is designed to hold space for those of us who are physically living here as human beings, human bodies here on planet Earth. And it's a free and abundant energy that we can all connect into, that we can all use for healing purposes. The general tone or vibe of this electric blue grid is that of divinity, reminding us of our divine nature, that we are eternal beings, that we come from the Supreme Being or God or Allah or Source, whatever you want to call it. This grid reminds us of our divinity. Your divinity, my divinity, your dog's divinity, your fish's divinity, your gemstone's divinity, the divinity of your car, the divinity of roads, the divinity of money, the divine nature of all things here on the planet. Everything here on planet Earth is divine. It's got this amazing, eternal quality to it that's been created and supported by the Supreme Being or God or Spirit, Source, whatever you want to call it. And these great avatars set this up as a reminder, hey, if you ever forget your divinity, it's just right up there. Just reach up and grab some, or connect into it, or vibe into it. And so what I'd like you guys to do is I'd like you to vibe into this electric blue grid. You can do that by imagining kind of this blue energy just coming down into your head and just kind of connecting you in. Just, I'm connected, right? Or you can just intend that you're connected, or imagine that you're taking like your energy hand and just bloom, just plugging yourself right in. Yeah, ooh, that looks really good as y'all connect in. Yeah, just take a moment. Enjoy that. Ooh, I'm connecting to this divinity grid that's surrounding the planet. I'm actually connecting into something that's way bigger than me, way bigger than all the humans and animals on the planet. There's a lot of celestial beings who are helping to support and adding to the light of this grid. Yeah, it does feel nice. Let's take a moment and just be in that vibe. Let that energy remind you of your divinity, your godlike nature within. I know sometimes it's really easy to forget that you are divine, that you have the qualities of God within you. You have the qualities of forgiveness and compassion. You have the qualities of joy and enthusiasm. You have the quality of abundance and presence and consciousness within you. And yeah, it's easy to kind of get into these bodies and focus in this narrow, I've got to do my to-do list, I've got to work, I've got to make money, I've got to raise my kids, whatever it is. It's really easy to focus in on that. Just take a moment, just remember, whoa, yes, I have all of these divine qualities within me. And then what I want you to do is I'd like you to tune in to your body, yourself. And I'd like you to just ask yourself, where am I deficient? Where do I have lack within me? And you don't have to get all heady or mental about it and be like, oh my God, I have lack around this because my mom or my dad. You don't have to kind of get into that. Just kind of tune in, and you can visualize that as like you have an empty hole or a black space or a void within you. For those of you who are training here at the Institute, you can visualize yourself out in front of you and just look to see where there might be some voids or black spots. It could be in a body part, an organ, a chakra. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your energy hand and just reach right up there into the grid and just grab some of that electric blue divinity and just place that right into wherever you have a void, wherever you have lack, wherever you're deficient. And it doesn't matter what you're deficient in. Let's not get in a headspace about that. If you think about it too much, you're going to kind of spiral into the drama and into how messed up you are or how it's all a problem. And I say phooey on that. Just take that blue and go whoop, and just, oh, bring that divinity right in. And that divinity is going to support your wholeness. You're whole. A very simple definition of a healing is to bring to wholeness. Would you bring yourself to wholeness simply by bringing that divinity consciousness into your body? Oh yeah, I'm divine. I'm divine here. And I'm divine here. And I'm divine here. And I'm divine here. And just put that divinity right in you. Right? When you think of God or the Supreme Being or Source, that's not a vibration that's lacking. That's omnipresent, right? That's a huge vibration. You can be just as huge. You have all those godlike qualities. And a very simple way to look at that is, I'm whole. Just continue to do that with yourself. Just bring that divinity in and just patch up all the holes so that you can have wholeness. No, I haven't been thinking of saying that all day. That actually just kind of came in. But later I'm going to be like, that was a really good line. Fill in the holes to be more whole. Oh, I make myself laugh. Good. Yeah. And just take your time with that. There's no hurry, there's no rush, there's no race to wholeness. Nobody gets an award who gets there first. Just take your time. If you need some divinity reminder in the back of your neck or in your heart, maybe you have to take a few handfuls and put it in your belly. Just do that. Breathe. Notice how your body feels. Getting connected to this divinity grid. Yeah. Bringing all the divinity into you. You are God within. And as you wrap up with that healing, just let yourself be in that wholeness vibration where you're radiating in your divinity. Just let that start to integrate into all of your cells, your bones, your muscles, your organs. Just let that start to integrate and radiate outwards. I am divine. Right? And yeah, you guys are like glowing, right? And I am divine. And just start to notice as you emanate your divinity, even with your eyes closed, as you kind of imagine the world around you or the people around you, right? Start to see if you can tune into their divinity, right? Instead of focusing in on their holes, focusing in on their lack or where they're messed up or doing it wrong or why they screwed me over or why they're bad or why they're not perfect. Yeah, sure, they're there, but can you just, from your own divinity, just start to look at the people in your world? You shift that and be like, wow, I see divinity within you. I see divinity in them. Namaste, right? The divinity within me acknowledges the divinity within you, right? As you look around energetically, while you're meditating, kind of tuning around to your job or tune into um, your family or tune into your community, tune into your pet, right? Can you start to see the divinity in all these things? Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? It's like you look around, it's like, oh my goodness, everything's so bright and shiny. Everything has this glow, right? Maybe not everything has the brightest glow, but there's glow in everything. There's divinity in it all. As you kind of, through this meditation, tune into a road that you drive on, or tune into a car or a park bench or a rock, and to see if you can tune into the divinity of those things. The divinity in the grocery store, the divinity in the shopping mall, the divinity in your local courthouse or government building. Just breathe. Be divine. I am divine. I have all the qualities of God within me, and so does everyone and everything else around me. Yeah, and as you tune in, just, yeah, right? You look around, it's like, wow, everything's so pretty. Everything's like this beautiful, glowy gem. Ooh, right? Even the person on the street begging for money. Whoa, look at that glow. Look at how bright they are. Even that politician that might be on the other side of the aisle from you. Wow, you got some divinity there. You're here for a reason. You've got divinity or God within you too. You're expressing it different, but cool. It's still the same glow. So if you would, from your divinity, your wholeness being all filled up, I'd like you to tune in to a big corporation that you would like to give a healing to. And by that, I mean help support bringing it to wholeness. And if not completely whole, at least acknowledging or bringing that corporation to a vibration where they can acknowledge its own divinity or where it has some divinity, right? We got to start somewhere. So for those of you who are students here at BPI, I'd like you to just visualize that corporation as an entity, as like a person, right, with chakras. If you're not a student here, just kind of tune into that corporation. Maybe you want to work on Amazon, or you want to work on Pfizer, or you want to work on Google, right? Whatever it is. Or maybe you just want to work on all big corporations, right? Just tune into all corporations. You can tune in or kind of intend that you're going to focus on all corporations, or you can pick one. And for those of you students, you can visualize all corporations as one big general entity, like a person. And if you would, with your intention, I'd like you to go ahead and invite that corporation or all corporations to connect in to this divinity grid, this purple grid of energy that reminds us of our divinity. Just see, like, give it as an offering. Like, hey, I'm feeling super divine and bright and shiny, and I can see your shininess over there. Would you like a little more? Would you like direct access to it? Here you go. And don't shove it down their throats. Don't force it on them. Just as an offering, hey. And just see what that corporation or what corporations as a whole does with it. Maybe it can connect in partially or just a little bit. Right? And when you're coming from your wholeness, your divinity, hey, that's cool. As much as you can connect, awesome, good job. Way to take a step. I don't need you to change. I don't need you to be different. Right? That's called forgiveness. Right? God, Supreme Being, Source, is the biggest, most abundant vibration of forgiveness. Hey, I give you space. You have room to just be who you are, be where you're at. You don't need to be any different. But if you want to remember more of your divinity, here's how you do it. Right? And just notice how that corporation or how corporations as a whole just takes that in. What part of the corporation or entity aspect or chakra does that kind of go into? How does that integrate? And you don't have to kind of think about that too intellectually, but just more like a glow level. Where do they start glowing more? Or does the quality of the glow change? Yeah. And then from there, I'd like you to tune in. And if there's anywhere where that corporation, or if you're working on corporations as a whole, is having lack, is void of some energy, and we don't have to know what it is, just kind of reach up there, grab that electric blue divinity energy, and just kind of go, hey, don't shove it in. Nah. Some of you guys just chill. Just kind of go, hey, you interested? You want some? And just see if they absorb that or take that energy in, see if that corporation, that entity, if you will, or corporations as a whole, just takes that vibe in. And if not, go, well, that's cool. Here, do you want some over here? How about over here? Right? For those of you that are trained or training here at the Institute, right, you might see that as like an energy body. And maybe you notice that Amazon is lacking in the fourth chakra. Right? So you might just take a little blue as an offering. Hey, you want some in that fourth chakra there? Want a little bit more affinity, a little bit more alignment as a corporation? Maybe you're healing Pfizer. Oh yeah, do you need some energy in that first chakra? Some divinity? Remembering that the body is divine. The human body has amazing healing capabilities. Body wisdom. And if they take it, great. If they don't, just back away, try another spot. Don't get annoyed, don't get frustrated. Remember, because you're divine, you're in your wholeness. When you're whole, you don't need anything else to change or be different. A healing becomes an offering. Hey, you interested? I call it like throwing spaghetti. You just kind of toss it over there, see what sticks. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, it just falls to the ground. It falls to Mother Earth. And as you make these divinity offerings, just notice how that corporation or how corporations as a whole starts to get a little bit more glowy, a little brighter. Or has a little bit more consciousness, a little bit more awareness of its divinity. And just like within you, right? When you came to wholeness and you validated your divinity within, I'm divine, it's easier to see the divinity in others. Oh, yeah. Look at the divinity in that little turtle over there. Look at the divinity over there in the ocean. Look at the divinity right there. Oh, look at that mountain, right? You've all done this before so naturally when you see an amazing sunrise or an amazing sun, right? Wow, right? Going through life like everything's a sunset. Ooh, wow, how cool would that be? And just like you experience that for yourself, just know, all right, through these little divinity offerings, this corporation I'm working on, or corporations as a whole, they might start to see their employees as divine. They might start to see their consumers as divine. They might start to see the products that they're using as divine, that needs care and compassion and consciousness and awareness to use and manipulate these products or sell to these people or, you know, use the energy of their employees, right? And to see it as something divine that needs some more care, needs some more attention, needs some more grace. Right? Just let that corporation or corporations as a whole just get as bright, as whole, validating its own divinity as much as it's willing. Validate your own divinity and go, yeah, it was a pretty good healing sesh. Good job. Good. Wrap that up and just kind of back away from that corporation or corporations as a whole, whichever one you're working on. Just kind of back up a little bit. Give that corporation or corporations as a whole some time, some space to integrate that. Just like you gave yourself a little time to integrate, to breathe it in. Just give that time over there. A very quick way to align or harmonize with Mother Earth and to bring your body into that alignment is a really fun trick that I'd like to show you guys. So if you would, I'd like you to just imagine taking a big tuning fork. You know, when you hit on something, it kind of goes boom, and it's got this really nice vibe. I'd like you to imagine taking a tuning fork, and I'd like you to imagine reaching that all the way down to the core of the planet, right in the middle of Mother Earth's most nurturing, highest vibration. I want you to just take that tuning fork and just tap it right there, boom, right there at the center of the planet, and just let that tuning fork just be the vibration of Mother Earth, her biorhythms. And I'd like you to take that tuning fork and just touch it right to your first chakra, which is right there at your pubic mound, between there and the base of your spine, and just boom, just touch right there, and just let your first chakra just at that same vibration, the same tone. Ooh, feels good. And then just take that tuning fork, and if it needs a little bit more juice to it, just tap it down there to the center of the planet. Boom, one more time. And then just touch that right to your crown chakra that sits right at the top of your head. And just let your crown just match that tone. And from top to bottom, that will just bring your whole body right into that tone. Aligning, harmonizing like a beautiful symphony with Mother Earth. Aligning with all of the animals and the minerals and the water and the air. So aligning with it all. It's a very quick reset if you ever just are finding yourself out of tune, out of alignment, kind of feeling off today. Wow, look at this choice that I made that may not be so healthy for the environment. What's going on with me inside? Well, let me just recalibrate. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, just touch that right to the crown, touch it right to your first chakra. Okay. Yeah, next time I'm going to make a different choice. I might not purchase that plastic product. Breathe, let that integrate. Notice your posture. You guys all just got like taller. You're like, whoa. Energetically, you grew a few inches. Looks good. Yeah. And then if you would, I'd like you to take that tuning fork and do the same thing to that corporation or corporations as a whole that you're working on. Just with your intention, tap the center of the planet and just bring that tone right to that corporation's first chakra, their survival space. First chakra has everything to do with the health of the body. Bringing the health of that corporation and how it treats the physical bodies here on the planet, whether it's human bodies or animal bodies, right into alignment with Mother Earth. Take that tuning fork, tap that down to the center of the planet, and imagine just aligning that right with that corporation or corporations as a whole, if that's what you're working on, with the crown chakra. Crown chakra has everything to do with your spiritual knowingness, what you know. And just aligning what you know, or aligning that corporation's information with the information of Mother Earth. You know, as I make decisions, as I make choices, let me just be more informed, more in alignment with Mother Earth. And just allow that to integrate in whatever way that corporation or corporations as a whole wants to integrate that. Again, it's an offering. And take a deep breath in. And notice how smooth it is in the body as I'm tuning into all of you guys. The bodies are a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm. Your body is kind of going like, yeah, all right, divinity. I can see divinity in everything else. I don't have to close down and clench down and get angry. I can support that divinity in myself and in others. And in that, here's an offering. If you want to be more divine or recognize more of your divinity and act from there, here you go. Less tension in the body. That looks great, everyone. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Take a few more moments to just take in the energy of that divinity grid. be connected for a few more moments. Ooh, yeah. And just see as you're connected in if you get any messages from the divinity grid. Like a next step that you're supposed to take, or some divine information. And see if you can receive that message. Beautiful, everyone. That looks so good. Everyone's so sparkly. All right, if you would, I'd like you to disengage or disconnect from that electric blue grid that surrounds the planet. Please know that you can connect in at any time. It's a free energy. It's free and open to everyone. You don't have to be an avatar or, a person who saved the planet to connect in. It's just a hub to connect into your divinity. It's a nice reminder. Yeah, good. Take another deep breath in. Notice how you feel. You guys look great. Good. Take that corporation or corporations as a whole, whatever you're working on, and just offer them a blessing. Blessings, blessings to you. May you walk in grace. May you see the divinity within yourself and in everything around you. Good. Just send that energy away. Go do what you want to do. Fly. Nice job, everyone. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Go ahead and stretch. Move your body around. Yeah. All right. Good. Thank you, guys. What would be really fun, I think, is for y'all to share your message that you got from that divinity grid in the comments. I think that could be super fun. And remember, there's a little bit of a delay there. So while I'm waiting for some of those comments to come in, please know that we have a new round of Self-Healing 101 starting on Tuesday, April 27th. So if you're interested in learning how to do this work and refining your craft, or if you know of somebody who might be interested, please send them our way. It's a 4-week course. The first week is free to check out. We are offering free aura and chakra healings. Our next round will be on the 27th. Okay, same day. So if you know of anybody who's interested in getting a free healing, send them on over. Those are free. They just call in via phone and get a free healing. Our next Facebook Live meditation will be on May 21st. Same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll be working with you guys on the spiritual plane to see what we're going to work on next month. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful, Gina Marie. What a beautiful way to be exactly as you are. Yeah. All right. Aaliyah, that's a funny thing, is that blue connected into corporations. It started distributing little shipping boxes of divinity out there to the world. Nice. Enjoy the backyard, Jen. Keep planting things. Get your hands in the dirt. Yeah, feel the magic of earth. Yeah. Oh, Nicole, shift your focus from the mind to the body. Lisa, we've met before. Yes. Yeah. The message I got was, it's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. Mother Earth has a way of resolving things, right? She has a way of just making everything perfect. However she needs to do that. Risa was told to relax. Yeah. Cat, how divine McDonald's is. Yay. All right. Yeah. Colette, I should do this more often. Yes. When you are divinely called to do it, please do it. Yeah. No shoulds, just when you're divinely called to do it, right? But I do think, right, how cool would it be, right, if we all just decided for the next, let's say 72 hours, the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, till Monday evening, what if we all just decided as a group collective that we're just going to walk around in our divinity, and for 3 days, everything we see, we're just going to focus on the divine, not what's wrong, not what's effed up, not how sucky they are or what's wrong with this, or not seeing all the problems. To see if we can all just shift some energy, shift some consciousness in your community and those around you to just see the divine, right? Dogs do it all the time. You know, my dog looks at me like I'm the most amazing person in the world, even when I'm totally not being the most awesome person in the world, right? And he just sees that divinity, right? What if we all walked around like dogs, thinking we're all God, right? So I'm going to put that out there as our homework. I'm going to do it too, right? Make a little sticky note, reminder, see the divinity within everything. It's the namaste, right? The divine within me sees and acknowledges the divine within you. And let's just do that. Let's see what happens. All right, some good next steps. Good messages. Yay. Yes, kitties do that too, Elizabeth. Yes. I don't have as much experience with kittens as I do with dogs, so not being preferential. All those furry creatures are really good at that. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Thank you for the hot Friday night date, working on this very heavy topic, but you guys all really stayed pretty nice and light and graceful about it, so good job. Enjoy your divinity, and namaste. Thank you, guys.